What's going on, guys? It's Alone Courier here, and I'm here to talk to you guys today about the Battlefield 1 trailer that was released yesterday, or it would be 2 days ago by the time you're seeing this because I upload videos at weird times. But Battlefield 1 has officially had its trailer, and holy fucking shit, dude, this trailer, it looks insane. Honestly, this is perhaps my most excited game, well, the game I'm most excited for in 2016. And I'm not very excited about many games this year. I mean, there's a couple that I've got my eye on. Obviously, there's some Overwatch gameplay in the background, so I'm kind of excited to see how that comes out. There's obviously Doom, and I'd say that's about it, you know. There's not many games this year that I'm looking forward to, other than Battlefield 1 and a handful of others. You know, there's been years where I've been excited for at least 10 plus games, but this year it's kind of quiet because all the big games came out last year, I'd say, like Fallout 4 and whatnot. But yeah, Battlefield 1. Dude, this game looks so good. Honestly, it's kind of weird that it's set in World War 1. I mean, no game studio's ever done that before. Correct me if I'm wrong, or leave it in the comments. I've not seen a World War 1 game. I've seen one World War 1 set thing in a game. Well, big AAA game at least. And that was Call of Duty Black Ops 2 Origins Zombies map. And that wasn't a very good World War 1 map. I mean, yes, it had the trenches and whatnot, but the only World War 1 items in that map were the Mauser C96 and the MG08. Now, that's pretty embarrassing. But this game, fully World War 1, you know, it's got weapons and whatnot from it. You can obviously see there's some airship battles, and when it's airships, it's not exactly like fucking spaceships from Infinite Warfare. It's like old bombers and whatnot. I wouldn't even call them bombers, like Red Baron and whatnot, shit like that. I'm not very clued in on World War 1, so I will apologise for that right now. I know a lot about World War 2, but not much about World War 1. It's one of those wars that we never really studied in history class at high school, which is a bit of a shame. But yeah, it looks so awesome, this game, and it's kind of cool to see something different for once as well, you know, because if it wasn't a World War 2 game, it would have been a modern game. And yeah, it's honestly cool to see World War 1 because it's never really been explored, and it's a relatively untapped setting. I mean, you look at every other setting there is, like World War 2, there's been like a million World War 2 video games. You've got modern, there's been a million modern shooter games. Then you look at futuristic, there's been tons of futuristic games as well. And then you've got Call of Duty going into space, which is where you take your game when you run out of ideas. Now, this is not a dig at Halo or anything, because Halo's always been set in space. The same with, I wouldn't say the same with Doom, because that's set on Mars and Hell, but, you know, space is where you take your game when you run out of ideas, because you can't think of any other good ones. And it's quite funny to see Battlefield come along and be like, yeah, we're doing World War 1, so fuck you guys. Kind of funny that. And honestly, this game just looks insane. And it's another thing as well, it's just, with Battlefield 1, the graphics look insane on it. And yes, it's not exactly what the in-game representation is going to look like. It is used in-game engine, like, for the graphics and whatnot. Obviously, that is kind of like cutscenes and it's made to look that good, but it's not going to be like Call of Duty where you see the trailer and it looks amazing, and then you get hands-on time with the game and it does not look that good. The thing is with Call of Duty and whatnot is Call of Duty is still running on the Quake engine from like back in 1996. And then you've got Battlefield, which have been working with the, I think I read Frostbite at the start of that. Obviously, it's an updated version of the Frostbite engine, or if it's not a new one, I don't know. But this game looks spectacular. It looks beautiful. Honestly, this is what happens when you work with new engines, and this is why Call of Duty is never going to look that good. Because nowadays with Call of Duty, you couldn't convince someone that Black Ops 2 came out after Infinite Warfare, you know, because you'd think it looks like that. I mean, yeah, you've got next gen, but you know, the graphics don't look good. You know, after Black Ops 2, the graphics have all looked the exact same, and it's kind of like that with Advanced Warfare. I'd say with the way Advanced Warfare was, it's probably about the same kind of graphics as MW2, and to see 6 years with no significant graphical improvements, that's quite an embarrassment. And then you look at Battlefield, going from Battlefield 3, 4, and now Battlefield 1, which is technically the 5th entry into the franchise, but, you know, Battlefield 1, it looks insane compared to Battlefield 4. And then you look at Call of Duty Infinite Warfare, which is no better than fucking Call of Duty Ghosts, which came out 3 years ago, when Battlefield 4 did. So that's kinda awkward for those guys, but you know, they're just a bunch of incompetent fuckheads, and they like to just say they're doing better things with their time, like upgrading the engine. But you know what I'm saying, I'm not here to rag about Call of Duty. But anyway, one final thing I need to say about Call of Duty before I get back to Battlefield is Battlefield 1 is truly going to bury Infinite Warfare this year. Now the thing is, not many people were asking for World War 1, a lot of people were asking for World War 2. And, you know, it's like with Call of Duty, when you ask for one setting and they don't give it to you, you're kind of pissed off. But they've gave us a setting that we weren't asking for, but we're still fucking happy about it. So this is what happens when you actually listen to a fan base. You know, because what we've been asking for, Call of Duty, I'm like, I don't know about Battlefield fans because I'm not really big in the Battlefield community, or I don't really pay attention to it. But what people have been wanting for a few years now is an older game. And they kind of went World War 2, nah, let's go back to World War 1. Which is something I respect a lot, because World War 2 is kind of an overdone setting at this time, you know. I mean, when a company makes a World War 2 game, there isn't much that we haven't seen before. Now that they're bringing it back to World War 1, it's insane, because there's not been very many World War 1 movies or games, you know. It's cool to see it. So yeah, Battlefield 1 looks insane. I honestly can't wait for it. And another thing, it comes out just over 2 weeks before Infinite Warfare does, or a week before it, which is that's quite funny. They're definitely going to eat into the sales of Infinite Warfare right there, because what's the point in buying a futuristic game a couple of weeks after a really good game comes out, even if you know that you're not going to enjoy the futuristic game? It's as simple as that. And another thing as well is, let me just show you these two screenshots that I got earlier. This says it all. You know, you've got the Battlefield 1 trailer, which has not even been out for longer than a day at the point of me recording this. It's already got 9 million views and over 600,000 likes. It's got 11k dislikes. 11k dislikes with 600,000 likes. That is insane. And then you look at Infinite Warfare. It's got 10 million views, it's got 691,000 dislikes, and it's got 222,000 likes. That is insane. Battlefield 1 has got the exact same amount of likes as Infinite Warfare does dislikes. Dude, that is fucking insane. And honestly, it says a lot about the game Infinite Warfare itself. So yeah, honestly, with Battlefield 1 coming out, I'm probably not even going to buy Infinite Warfare, you know. I don't give a shit if it comes with Call of Duty 4. I played that 10 years ago. I'm not very fucking excited. Well, not 10 years ago, because technically 9. But I'm not fucking paying £80 for an 8-year-old game. You know, I'm not doing that. I'm just going to buy a game that I know I'm going to enjoy. Because Call of Duty Modern Warfare 1, as good as the remaster looks, it's not going to play very different. I mean, they're not going to change anything. If you played COD 4 on the Xbox 360, that is how it's going to play. Just with fancier graphics and a better engine, maybe. Probably not even a better engine, they're probably using the same engine, but with dedicated servers, which aren't exactly real dedicated servers. I'm pretty sure it'll still be that hybrid bullshit that they do every single year. But yes, Call of Duty, don't waste your money on that this year, if you're into it. Spend your money on Battlefield 1 instead, because it looks insanely better. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed the video. It's been a long courier, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe. I always do appreciate it. And yeah, see you guys in the next one. Peace.